Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Stellaris MegaCorp, where the galaxy has not really shaken out as I thought it was going to be honest. You see, I sort of always divided the galaxy into two, which is, we had nice people down south and dicks up north, and I figured we could just have a nice Cold War versus the dicks, because if we just basically hardened the borders and had a defensive pact with the tiles next door, well, the xenophobes were just going to do what xenophobes would logically do and just refuse to communicate or deal with anybody, and, you know, we could just basically hold them back that way. No! The xenophobes formed the first ever federation in the galaxy, where they get together to discuss how much they hate other people in the federation that they just formed, meaning that they have tied themselves to a different alien species and have no choice but to support each other. Never mind. Never the flip mind. So, this unfortunately throws the balance in the north of the Empire right off. You see, previously, we had the assumption that if anyone were to attack anyone else, then as a result, they would be outnumbered, because it was just defensive pacts. If the Euthonians attack me, then me and the Tiles can counterattack. If the Tiles attack the Rontor, then the Euthonians and the Rontor would counterattack, and I wouldn't be involved because that would not trigger a defensive pact. But now they've upgraded their defensive pact to a full federation, which changes the balance of things quite a lot. You see, now if the Euthonians attack me, the Rontor will be pulled in, so will the Tile, but then everyone's involved with the war. Basically, the disincentive that existed for the Euthonians or the Rontors to attack me has just gone away. Now they can actually launch a war of aggression, and their allies will come and support them. So will the Tile, but here's the thing. Right now, the Tiles are at war with the Dick Trees over to their left. I think they're just doing a bit of a war of expansion over here. In fact, actually, the war's not really gone anywhere yet. They declared war and their fleet hasn't actually made it to the front line. They're just very slowly making their way over there right now. So the Tiles fleet is basically going to be miles out of the way for years to come. And I'm busy trying to actually convert the Ganvius block from my nearby neighbour into a subsidiary, so they actually have to, like, you know, pay me a bit of energy money every month. It's just part of a protection racket I'm setting up right now, which is fine. But as far as I'm aware, the Euthonians and the Rontor are not currently at war at all, meaning that, yeah, their fleets are ready to go and are quite close by to my borders, actually, and these guys are getting stronger. They're expanding outwards. The Rontors have got free space to expand over here. The Euthonians are expanding over here, and I'm going to desperately try and stop them expanding further by taking Alderaan. I have got a construction ship heading in that direction right now. I've been saving up influence for a long time. I might be able to plug up their natural expansion that way. It's going to be ridiculous, but it might just flipping work. So, yeah, they're getting stronger. In fact, let's have a little look at them right now. Fleet power of the Euthonians is the same as mine. The Rontus, okay, they are still equivalent for the time being, but I can see the Rontus fleet. I think it's actually just a tiny bit larger than mine, in fact. So, we need to be careful. But I think I've actually got myself, yeah, the Starhold's coming in. In a few years' time, we will have the Starhold. Then I could reinforce these blockades, because right now they're, yeah, barely 1,000 strength each. So their fleets that previously would have been held back by them, these days could punch through those blockades and get on with doing whatever it is they want to do, which could be a problem. Now, speaking of the Starholds and the actual technology, this is important. So the thing is, as a megacorporation, I get severe penalties for going over my admin cap. Ooh, I'm significantly over it right now. So, yeah, in particular, I'm worried by technology cost, which is starting to scale up pretty quickly, as is the leader upkeep, actually. Ouch. So, because my technology cost is scaling up faster than everyone else's, that means I really need to be investing in more research labs to stay on top of that. I've got to make sure, as I keep growing, building new districts, I've just got Foundation now, that's being set up right now, we're in the process of taking care of that. We've got to make sure I've got enough research labs down to offset the increased cost in technology that I'm picking up faster than every other empire, excluding other megacorporations. The rest of that stuff is mostly just energy. I've got plenty of energy coming in because megacorps fundamentally generate energy, but I've got to make sure I've got enough research labs down and enough consumer goods to actually pay for those research labs. So that needs to be a priority today. But for the time being, let's just wrap up the Ganvius War, because we are in the process of bombarding their world right now. Their fleets have been destroyed. They're already at 72%, yeah. They're pretty much ready to settle a status quo. In fact, actually, status quos are interesting in subsidiary wars, aren't they? I thought in subsidiary wars, you got to keep anything you'd actually occupied. Is that not true? Well, maybe not. I thought there was some sort of special system for that, but maybe that's been removed. I swear once in the dev diaries there was something special, like if you occupied a system during a... Oh no! I remember how this worked. Yes, or at least how it worked in the dev diary. Maybe it's changed. If you've occupied space in a subsidiary war, and you've actually taken and occupied a planet, there needs to be a planet included, then you can settle the status quo, and the systems and the planets that you've occupied become a new independent empire that is your subsidiary. So I'd like to actually verify that is the case today, because that might have changed. Yeah, I knew there was something special going on there. Right, crack on with time right now, and spaceport's under attack. Don't worry. That's just the Void Spawn. We'll take care of him at some point or other. Oh, bloody hell. 14 prosperity trade already. Blimey, well done. Now, we really need to get Foundation set up sooner rather than later, by the way. Because Foundation is going to generate minerals for us. And minerals is... Well, we're not exactly lacking them, but next to everything else, we don't have a stockpile of minerals. So, yeah, we need to actually start getting some mining districts down. Because as soon as we've got the mining districts down, I can start shipping robots over to Foundation from Asprania, where we are just training them, because robots can do mining jobs very effectively. So we've got to save up for that first 300 pretty darn quickly. For the time being, though, yeah, let's just continue bombarding these here worlds. And you're actually bombarding at this point, by the way. Yes, you are indeed bombarding, but it is gentle bombardment, alright? We are xenophiles. I've changed my bombardment stance over to military targets only. So we are not killing their pops, alright? Everything is fine. Also, not great timing. We've got ourselves an election to take part in right now. So, Eyes of Red, who was... he picked up Stubborn at some point. So, sadly, he's not actually going to gain experience very fast anymore. Though, actually, he's already capped out. Because, yeah, until I've actually taken the relevant traditions or tax, my leaders can't get over level 5 yet. Right, we've also got ourselves, wow, a bunch of eager kids who just can't wait to be king. Now, ooh, this guy, however, has developed industry, minerals from mining jobs up. For 20 years, that's tempting. That's very tempting. Actually, the other guy down here, he's also got fleet expansion. So, build speeds, upkeep, build cost, either of them are fine, to be honest, but I wouldn't mind actually swinging the election. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to hand it over to Plume of Orange, who's currently governing Prosperity. Yeah, go on. He's actually the best pick for Prosperity, because Prosperity produces energy, not minerals. So, go on then. We're going to elect that guy. I'm just going to use my influence to make sure he wins. So that should be a significant uptick in the amount of minerals coming in. Though that means Prosperity needs itself a new leader and... No, not general. It doesn't need a general. Alright, seriously. That's fine. It needs, like, a governor. Ah, sorry, I was on the wrong tab. Yes, leaders. That makes a lot more sense. So. We've got the energy for this. So this is for Prosperity. So someone who's good at... Yeah, someone who's actually good at building. Districts would be fine, to be honest. Yeah, go on then. Architectural interest is a common one, but it'll do the flipping job. And... I wouldn't actually mind Asprania going over to... Yes, that's architectural interest too. You could move over to Foundation, actually. You move over to Foundation, because I can't help but notice that there's a new guy available who's got a slightly more desirable trait over there, which is... hang on, where has he just gone? There he is. Intellectual. We've actually got ourselves, yeah, our first tile leader that I recall. So, intellectual, yeah. All of the actual good stuff from science going up. We need to speed up the science. So we've actually now got ourselves a tile governing Asprania, which is cool. That's nice to see. Ah, yes, and speaking of which, we should try and speed up Foundation. Hand these guys, 100 luxury goods and also hand them 1,000 food. Let's actually boost that growth rate as far as we can, including immigration pool. So let's just get, there we go. Growth encouraged, new life, all of that good stuff. And the transport fleet is also building up as well. We're over 300 right now. Okay, Foundation, get your first actual mining district down, please. That'll be 2 jobs. We'll ship 2 robots over to handle that. Marvellous. And what's going on here? Ooh. Hello. The Golden Alliance. Alright, there's actually a bit more of a Federation thing going on here. The Infinite Pond is siding with the Dwarves and the Delicious Elves against the Elegant. Well, probably they've got some border tension with the Elegant right there. I wonder if there's actually another empire just squeezed in right here. Let's just check. Do you guys... Okay. They do actually have, yeah, closed borders with some form... Yeah, there is. There's totally something here. So I don't know exactly who these guys are, but there's a tiny empire squeezed in next to the ducks. You know, I'd really love to change my trade policy back over to consumer benefits, because I don't like the fact we're eating into our supply of coffee machines this damn quickly right now. How much of my... Ouch. We actually, yeah, require trade for 140 of our energy. If I cut that in half down to 70, we'll be down to a deficit of minus 30. So we'll sort out the consumer benefits problem, but we'll have nowhere near enough energy. Right now, trade being wealth creation only, that's keeping me going. I can't afford my fleets without that, so... Ooh, I love the new economic system, by the way. The new economic system is great, and watch out for... Okay, the Euthonians do not seem to be in a rush to secure Alderaan. They don't seem to have realised what I'm trying to do yet, which is marvellously good news. And Prosperity has got its gene clinics down. Good. And Plume of Orange has also become... Ooh, Eye for Talent. That's a really good one if I recall correctly. Eye for Talent is... Yep, leader level cap +1, leader experience gain +20%. That's a great thing to have picked up early in his reign. Very, very nice indeed. Well done. Here we go. Ganvius Prime is starting to collapse at this point. Stability is down to basically nothing, so... People are going to try and emigrate. They've not really got anywhere to emigrate to. So as a result of that, yeah, there's going to be pop approval ratings collapsing. Yeah, their actual production's going right down because being bombarded hits your stability. Though I think, yeah, their buildings are... we've just... No! Why would you have attacked the commercial zones? We said hardened military targets only. Go for the precinct houses, you stupid bastards. Except, hang on, one of the precinct houses has actually been shut down because due to the emigration push, some of their people have fled to their other world. So actually, the population here has fallen below 40. Oh, that's really cool. That's so damn cool. Although, bad news, we knew Foundation did actually suffer from earthquakes, but... Alright, what's the damage here? Happiness -5%. Okay, that's fine, because this place is going to be manned by robots, so it will not be a problem. Speaking of which, do we actually have all of these? Yeah, we've actually got jobs ready to go here. Start shipping over robots, alright? Resettle a robot over to Foundation, if you'd be so kind. There we go. Ship a robot over there, so that robot gets straight on with the mining, and Foundation is going to start producing... Oh yeah, it's going to start producing stuff very, very quickly. Do we have enough? Yes, we've got enough money to immediately get ourselves yet another mining district down, which I want, damn it. Let's get all of these down, alright? I want this place filled up with mining districts. Nothing but flipping miners, alright? And buildings that support those miners. And actually, very soon, in fact, you know what? Let's just do it now. I'm just kind of curious now, because we've got ourselves more jobs than people in Asprania, actually. Would be a bit of a waste, but no, I want to see it. I want to flip and see it. I'm just curious at this point. So, resettle another Robopop over towards, no, not Cornwall. Foundation. Settle a Robopop over there, please. Thank you. Now, that gets Foundation up to 5. Now, this place should have access to special, unique buildings, though they might be locked to like a higher tier or something. Research labs, alloy foundries. Sadly, they're not showing up just yet. I know I do actually have the ability, thanks to bubbling swamps and metal boneyards, to set up a gas extraction well. I don't know what one of those is, but the metal boneyards doesn't actually give me a unique district. It just represents 4 of the mining districts that I've actually got set up. Plus, society research is up. So, this place is interesting, actually. Because society research is up 10% here, and engineering research is up 20%. So, yeah, if I'm building a giant amount of mines here, then that means I'll actually have unlocked a whole bunch of building slots I probably won't really need for anything in particular. This could be an excellent science hub. But yeah, whatever a gas extraction hub is, I cannot build it just yet. Maybe I need to actually have a planetary administration down before I can. We'll keep an eye on that. Also, I can't actually afford a building on Foundation just yet, so let's not rush into it. And okay, good. There was no severe damage, but the thing about Foundation is it's going to be expensive to try and maintain. And hello, why is this actually being marked in red right now? Hang on. Why is this place being marked in... Oh, just because it's hostile, I'm at war with them. Sorry, I thought that meant they'd been occupied by someone else. But no, it's red because I'm at war with them. Gotcha. Oh, here we go. Over on Cornwall, we've now got ourselves 9 artisans converting 54 minerals into 45 consumer goods. And it's still flipping not enough. And also one of my scientists has just died. That's fine. This is just the point in the game where the first generation of scientists die, because they tend to be kind of a similar age. So we just need to find someone new for all of that. And technically, Eyes of Red is currently available, because previously he was ruler, but he doesn't have a job to actually go into. So, okay. He is apparently very, very good at physics. So we should probably actually make him the physics lad. So, Eyes of Red moves over to physics. Very, very nice indeed. In fact, actually, that's exactly his specialization. So, he should do that a lot faster. Very, very welcome indeed. Meaning I do actually have myself, you know what? You just stay there, do that job for the time being. That's fine. We'll just kind of keep you on sociology for the minute. Yeah, as I suspected, the Ganvius' other world, Nirium, they've clearly shipped a whole bunch of people over here in a hurry. Or rather, people have fled the home world over to Nirium, thinking it will be safer there, because now there's actually not enough housing to go around. So they're rapidly trying to throw up cities to actually house all the people that fled over there. Oh, that's so cool! People are actually acting intelligently in the face of orbital bombardment. They're fleeing the world in favour of further away colonies. No, I'm sorry, lads. It's no good. We're just going to kind of bombard everything. Then again, my armies are ready to go. It's probably time to bring them over here. Alright, just bring them in this direction. We'll see what we can do. This should be pretty safe for them to go along. Yep, Stepnar will be ready to invade first. Ganva should be ready to invade. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit longer. We are wearing down their defences, but there's a fair few armies just to cut through first. Now, Foundation, first priority, continue building more mining districts. It's just important for the time being. We just get as many mining districts down as possible. So there's going to be more and more jobs available there. Those guys are working as miners. This guy's already almost grown. Can I actually ship over? Yeah, I could just ship over another flipping robot. That's fine, which I'm going to do because, yeah, just basically saving up minerals right now has got to be my priority. So again, not to Cornwall. Send them to Foundation instead. So ship them over. And that does not destroy a building here, but it does mean we can actually grow Foundation faster. Now, Foundation does actually have a spot, but once again, I've spent money on the actual district, so wait for that to be saved up, because yeah, some of these buildings are actually not so bad. Architectural interest means this is cheaper than it might be. And sadly, I don't actually have a building that boosts the productivity of mining districts, like the equivalent of the energy grid. I assume there is one out there. As soon as the tech comes up, I must take that. Unless resource silos do anything. No, that just generates a couple of Clark jobs together with increasing the resource storage capacity. Honestly, not spectacular. Good news though, the Tile are done with their war with the Mawir caretakers, the tree dicks over here right by the core of the galaxy. And that was... okay, they took one system and then decided that was enough. Maybe they just basically wanted to show those guys what was what. Though maybe they couldn't actually break through this. In which case, I'm surprised they didn't take this system. But if they took these systems, they'd need to protect all of them. Though actually, that system up there, Logarm, is actually, yeah, pretty valuable. If it was me, I probably would have actually insisted of pushing up to Regulus. Because once you've taken Regulus, you've basically just cut their empire in half. And that would be very, very useful indeed. That would really badly cripple them. Still, they just wanted Daomia. They've got Daomia. So, well done, guys. I hope you enjoy your flipping 4 energy and 2 physics. And we've got ourselves, yep, Fleet Academy and Naval Logistics Office. Very, very nice indeed. Back to sociology. Ooh, Chemical Bliss shows up nice and early. And subterranean colonization. I'm assuming I need that for foundation, right? Hang on. What's blocking what there? No, that's just one city ruin. Okay, which planet has got itself, like, a sinkhole or something? Ah, there's, like, one of them on prosperity. Yeah, we can do without that. That's definitely not a priority, actually. So, none of these are exactly spectacular, to be honest, but we might need to clear out the ocean at some point. I think that's Cornwall that needs the ocean clearing out. Yeah, that's actually just blocking precisely one mining district. Not exactly great, no. Fine, take the ocean ecology management, because we like tropical world, so it's more likely that will become useful in future than the sinkhole thing will. Now, I can't help but notice we're also losing food here. Ah, probably because we've got multiple planets that are not really appropriate for us right now, so the food cost is going up. Cornwall, I need you to actually sort that out, if you'd be so kind, including... Oh, Cornwall literally doesn't have enough workers to keep its farms going at the minute. Right, that's a bit of a problem. Okay, if I was to ship you one more worker to Cornwall, hopefully they'd actually work on... In fact, if I actually open these up... No, no one wants to change over to a clerk. Everyone's fine being a farmer. Right, do we have any spare pops floating around? I can send you one worker, but this is slowing down the growth of Asprania, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm going to resettle one robot over to Cornwall, and that should hopefully help sort out that business, because they can't do anything other than work in the fields, right? Okay, so those are now filled up. We've got more pops coming in. Can we actually afford... I can afford to give you an extra farming district, and it seems like that's actually high priority right now, though. A lot of stuff is high priority right now. An awful lot of stuff. Right, get building more farms. This bread basket is possibly not quite bread baskety enough. Alright, what do we have here exactly? So, Nerium is now down to a single army of 38 strength at 36% health. Army modifiers, army damage plus 25%, defense army damage plus 83%. Fine, continue bombing them for a bit longer in that case. We may as well let you finish the job. Oh flip, we can do it. We've made it to Alderaan. Now, these guys don't currently seem massively interested in expanding, but if I take this little bit of space over here, and then just take this little area as just like, you know, a mining area around it, it basically will just, yeah, belong to me, and then these guys cannot expand any further. And some of the areas around here are not exactly great, to be honest. Actually, that's not a bad world up there. Azalea 3. It's not too bad at all. Decent amount of mining to be had there. And there is a ring world up here. It might be fun to have myself a ruined ring world that we might be able to fix up at some point or other. That's never not fun. Do I want to do this? This is... Okay, how much would this cost? This would... I'm almost there. Alright, next month I can do it. Because I'm gaining... Well, I might be able to do it. Hang on, how much am I gaining precisely? I'm gaining... yeah, plus 4.5. Next month, as soon as we actually hit April, I can settle Alderaan, if that's what I want to do for... Bloody hell. Okay, don't do it just yet. Okay, but make sure I'm floating that 630. Just in case we need to do it. If they take this system, we probably want to take down Alderaan. But I don't want to do it if I don't have to. Because they seem to be busy doing something else. Or, possibly, I mean, look at all this. And also, planet there. There's another... Ah, there's two other planets there. They might be so far over their admin cap, they just literally don't want to expand any further. Because it would just hurt them more than it helps them. Anyway, the last army has gone down. That means it's probably time for us to invade. Our first ever planetary invasion. Now, I'm going to be honest, the owls are not exactly well set up for this sort of thing, but screw it, what have you, in we go. We've just occupied the place. Very, very good indeed. So, that's down to minus 12 right now. And actually, okay, so if I were to want to, right now, I could basically just go through their empire, just taking literally everything but their capital, and then I could actually force the status quo, and this system, this system, this system would become a new tiny empire. Now, is the game actually... Yes, there we go. The game is acknowledging that. So, a new Ganvian empire will be created as an ally or subject of the Almeta Syndicate out of 3 occupied Ganvian systems. Marvellous. Ooh, and more changes. The Infinite Pond has formally joined the Golden Alliance, which isn't golden, it's black and red, and it looks kind of evil. It's not evil, it's materialist, but like, when you pick those colours, you can understand how people would come to the assumption that you're evil. So yeah, this actually raises some interesting possibilities, which is, if I couldn't be bothered to actually break Ganva itself, I could just basically send my fleets around saying this system, 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 and basically take literally everything but the home world, then declare the status quo. The new empire will have basically everything with the exception of Ganva itself, and that would be just fine. So, let's not worry about that for the time being. Let's instead just send you over here, because we can totally take Ganva. Ganva is slowly but surely, yeah, it's running out of armies at this point. Oh, the moment is here. Yeah, the Euthonians are totally expanding in this direction. They're locking down this system right now. This is a huge outlay of influence, but it's worth it. It's worth it just to screw those guys over. So, I am now going to lock down this system on the far side. Well, not really the far side of the galaxy. It's barely around the corner from me. It's fine. This is totally legit. Also, Prosperity apparently has unemployment. Right, well, you know what that means. You guys need yourselves even more flipping generator districts. Boom. Though, yeah, I just desperately need more minerals coming in, because now I've got these 4 planets to maintain, I'm just spending all my minerals on building more and more districts as the population starts to rise faster and faster. I don't have enough money to be building the expensive buildings, and I need the expensive buildings because, oh, food is in trouble. Okay, guys, you know what? Change of policy. Up to this point, I think we've had a very generous food policy. Time for that to change. So yeah, we've got growth speed and happiness up 5 and 10%. We could just go over to dietary balance, alright? Just until we build our stockpiles up a little bit. Because, is there any way to avoid this? Is there any way at all? Right now we've got ourselves... Okay, close that job down, please. Go over to farming. Yep, okay. So if we just close all the clerks' jobs down, we might have... That's down to -2. Alright, do we have more spare robots? Yes, we do have more spare robots. I like the growth rate. I'd like to keep the growth rate, even though the growth rate is starting to get on top of me a little bit, and I can't generate minerals fast enough to produce enough jobs to keep everyone happy, but this is really slowing down Asprania. I've resettled so many people off Asprania. This is not good. Still, ship them to Cornwall, alright? That should mean all the farmers are now in play, and that should mean that's enough food for everybody. Just. Yeah, that should update. End of this month, we should now be okay. No, that's gone over to -5. Right, that doesn't seem right. Do we have spare farming jobs? Oh, we've got spare farming jobs right here. Oh, bloody hell, guys. Right, shut down a couple of the clerk's officers, just for the time being. We've got plenty of that. I want you guys working on food production. Like, everybody should be working on food production that can right now, okay? And my science vessels can do their tiny little hop through space. Yeah, the space just means jump drives, but exclusively for your science ships, which is very, very useful indeed. And, ooh, Hyperdrive 2. Now that's useful. Yeah, jump charge time down. Very, very good indeed. And the Hyperlane Registrar, that is... Oh yeah, Defensive Aura. That can be useful on the right system. Yeah, Hyperdrive 2 has got to be a good idea, quite frankly. Just the jump charge time down just helps my fleet move around a lot more quickly. Good idea, let's get that done. There we go. Food's back into the positive, but we do need more farmer jobs. Like, as soon as possible, please. Oh, flip, this is actually almost filled up Cornwall. Cornwall is, yeah, about to receive its final agricultural district for 2 more farmer jobs, but it's not even producing that much, to be honest. Cornwall is, yeah, it's a breadbasket. It's not quite the breadbasket we were hoping for. I think we're going to have no choice but to change our dietary policy back to balance and away from plentitude. I just don't see an alternative here. And there we go. Alderaan has officially fallen into my hands. And in honour of that, it shall now be called Alderaan. Because of course it will. Right, let's just actually throw up... Naturally, no, don't throw up mining stations. We can't really afford that right now, to be honest. Instead, we just basically leave this right here. Though, okay, here's the thing. This is basically me daring the Euthonians to attack me. Because if they attack that system, that means their fleet's going to come down here to take it. But I could then just move my fleet straight in the front door and take these systems that I actually flipping want. So in some ways, I might want to leave this place relatively undefended. But then again, there's no reason to give them a free system. Do I want it to be bait? And would the game actually acknowledge it if I did? Yeah, you know what? We're just going to rename this place Alderaan Station properly, and then we're going to upgrade it. Alright? Get that underway. We've got the alloys for the time being. When the time comes, I might even make that into an actual Starhold, just to basically be a firm backdoor against the Euthonians. Because at this point, they cannot expand any further without going to war. All they've got is, yeah, they can expand down here into this space, then they'll hit the Zikmoks, and the Zikmoks, hang on. How do the Zikmoks feel about the Euthonians? Well, they've closed the borders to them, so they don't like them. These guys, meanwhile, are, yeah, fond of me and cordial towards me, which is interesting. Potentially, could I actually form a defensive pact with these guys? No, we must be at peace, but they might be up for it, you know. A defensive pact with the Zikmok could be a way to go. Alternatively, though actually, I do actually have visibility of their systems with traded active sensor links. Bloody hell, how many enforcers do you bastards have? Right, okay, fine, yep, pretty confident there's no crime on your planet, so no point trying to actually get a branch office down with you bastard, bloody hell. Yeah, defensive pact with these guys could be of interest. Basically just bring them into the Bird Alliance. I know they're not birds, they're weird mushroom things, but they are more than welcome into the Avian Alliance that stands against the dicks up north. What's the state of Ganvius Prime, by the way? Honestly, it's in pretty good shape. We may have caused some problems by hitting their military targets, but their buildings are intact. Their districts are intact. They're fine. They're 100% fine. We have not caused that much trouble with them. And there we go. The ruined ring world. We're just actually giving that a quick survey over there. Could be of interest to me. Potentially. And that army is pretty much done. Yes, lovely. Oh, in fact, actually, I think the calculation has changed quite significantly. We never had to invade Ganva, because occupation actually takes up a lot more than it used to just for taking systems. So these guys have officially decided to surrender. Marvelous. And also someone else is just... Okay, excuse me, you're adorable, and this time I'm not... Oh, you're so cute. I'm not going to murder you. So this is all fine. The hierarchy of Guma. We'll have a chat with you in a second. You're xenophobic materialist. Right, then we can be materialists together. That's great. So our war with these guys has ended, and we have not entered a truce. Instead, I'm guessing it appears we've underestimated your net value. It will not happen again. Best possible outcome, and we have won the war. They are now a subsidiary of ours, meaning they now take on our colours. Be flipping beautiful. Now, how do you guys feel about me? -7 for the time being on account of breaking the non-aggression pact, but that's going to wear off in 6 odd years. They are a threat to us. That's fine. So honestly, I don't think they pose a massive threat to us. I think they'll be a-okay. So this is all good. And now, who are the hierarchy of Guma? Ah, they're over here. Hello, lads. Okay, where to spend the money here? We've got ourselves, yeah, a spare slot over in Foundation, which is very, very welcome indeed. The minor jobs are actually all filled up and more people are actually being raised up there. So we are getting some good amount of minerals going on. Honestly, I wouldn't mind setting up, like I said, in research lab is... Ah, you can't have a research lab, just a planetary administration. That's fine. Don't worry about that immediately in that case. What do we want you guys to do? precisely? What do we need? Well, we do need, most definitely, more consumer goods. Except, would the best way of doing that be, over at Cornwall, I can upgrade my civilian industries to civilian fabricators. It's certainly more space efficient in terms of the number of building slots utilised, but in terms of the cost, I can just actually build a civilian industries, 360 minerals, creates 2 jobs. This costs me, hang on, what's the upgrade? It's like 540 and 45 strategic resources in terms of the rare crystals, and it requires upkeep of rare crystals, and I've only got so many of them, so if you've got the space, arguably, in the early to mid-game, you might be better off having just a large number of base buildings than a smaller number of advanced buildings, because they're cheap to throw up, you've got the space, and you can just write over them later. Do I want to have another civilian fabricator? The problem is that's just creating more jobs, okay? And the problem with creating more jobs is that's just pulling people away from farming, which I don't need people pulled away from right now. I might be better off, actually, with the civilian industries. Why can't I upgrade that? Oh, that's just a bit more expensive. Yeah, okay. So maybe I just want to save up money in order to actually upgrade that. 600 minerals, though. 600 bloody minerals, and Asprania's growth has been crippled through the constant resettling. We could so easily be at 65 population by now. This is why we've got a flipping problem here. So, the trade from the XT-88 Singularity, which I think includes pretty much, yeah, flipping all of Cornwall's trade, is getting picked off by piracy because my fleets have been busy engaged in the war down here. Right, have my fleets quickly heal up here, and then I need to get them back over to patrolling. And better and flipping better, yeah, we've won the war, marvellous, they now work for us, the hierarchy of Gooma don't like us, screw those bastards, yeah, everything seems to be just fine, though, ooh. The Quiramulan are definitely getting closer to the Rontor. They're going to join that federation at some point, and then me and the Tile are going to be surrounded. Though, yeah, the Tile are more at risk than me. They've got 2 borders with the Quiramulan. I've only got the 1. So I can harden this vortex, which is also a vortex that occasionally reads me love poetry or does a little dance for me or something. So, you know, it's nice to have it. It's very nice to have it. I can just harden that. It's this border up here that worries me. It's just too wide. There's 3 systems and 4 over here as well. When these guys eventually attack me, yeah, I think I need to actually turn the Zikmoks into friends. Now we're at peace. Guys, how do you feel about defensive pacts? You're surprisingly close to it, aren't you? Yes, yes you are. Right, how do you feel about me? Trust is high, materialist, xenophile, etc. The problem is, do you guys have any rivals? Because if you guys have got rivals, darn it, I was just going to, yeah, be enemies with whoever your rivals are. But you actually don't have any rivals. Is it because they're pacifists? I can't remember if pacifists are even allowed to have rivals. It sounds like the sort of thing pacifists wouldn't be allowed to do, so possibly, I'm not sure. Oh yes, and I forgot about the return science ship that the black hole spat back out. So, the OSS Foundling, which I can't help but notice possesses technology we haven't researched yet. So, there's some form of weird time tinkering going on here. In fact, this is actually just perfect, because we can send the Foundling, which is a weird advanced ship, over here to discover why exactly the Ganvius never settled these 2 systems, which we can't see what's going on there because there's a nebula, so we're totally blind even with our advanced sensors. I'm guessing there's something very bad in there, but maybe our fleets can actually pull it off. I'm not sure. So, we need to actually... We could do with renaming some of these fleets, I think. You know, so they actually have a very specific purpose. I like the murder of naming principle. That's good. I very much approve of that. So these guys shall in fact not be the murder of Urya. They shall be the murder of pirates. But like not us, like bad pirates. Sort of pirates we don't like. So their job shall now be to head over to Ospra. And then as soon as they get to Ospra, I'm going to put them back on patrol. Now, there's another solution, of course, which is Valis right now, on the trade route, is not actually losing any of its value. And the reason Valis isn't losing any of its value is because it's being protected by the Euthonian blockade nearby. that's providing a bunch of trade protection. So if you have a hardened military station with, like, multiple hangars or multiple, like, starports or whatever, some form of, like, military thing, just in the same way that every trade building increases the collection range of a starbase, every military building increases the number of spaces that trade protection is being broadcast. So if I were to have a station at Valis and just build a couple of, like, starbases, hangars, whatever there, that would actually protect the trade. Except possibly, the better idea is Cornwall. I need a second base to produce ships in case I need to produce them in a hurry. Cornwall is close by to the frontier with the Dicks to the north, so the Cornwall station strikes me as a good one to upgrade. But then again, would I be better off literally saying Valis? Because it doesn't need to be Cornwall, it could be any of them, but then Valis has already been protected by the Euthonian blockade too. But then, ooh, what's the right one to set up, a proper military blockade here? In theory, Valis does make the most sense. Valis would actually allow me to, with just a couple of military buildings, cover these two areas, these two areas. Valis would be a valuable military outpost, and it's pretty close by to the Euthonians and the Rontor, and in the event I needed to reinforce that war in a hurry, go on. Valis would actually not be a bad place at all. So Valis can be upgraded, in fact. So I've still got some starbase capacity, and I've got the alloys to pay for things in space for the time being. And minerals are being spent upgrading my civilian industries to civilian fabricators on Asprania. It's a big investment, but that's an extra 3 jobs over there. So that should actually increase the amount of the amount of consumer goods being produced here from 11 up to more like, double to 22, something like 28. So that should be about enough to finally reduce the falling consumer goods, which would be lovely if we could make that happen. So how much money are we actually making out of this occupation? So in the end, they are paying me taxes of 21.63. It's not exactly spectacular, is it? No. No, it's not. It is not at all. Now, the other thing, of course, is these guys are now my subjects. Does this mean I am actually allowed to... I would be allowed to actually set up a branch office, except apparently it wouldn't produce any money whatsoever. Okay, interesting. And crime is still... Actually, crime here is not looking bad. Yeah, the leader is corrupt. They've got a corrupt leader who's going to be around for a little while yet. And in addition, Pops plus 69. Those Pops are not happy at all. Devastation's not in great shape. I assume these guys economically are in the toilet. And the kind of world is smouldering a bit in the background. We could try and get a new branch office down. Just for fun. Just to see what's going on. And the populations are actually declining right now because there's not enough housing. So the number of people is going down. And actually, if it keeps going down that quickly, they might actually have to shut down one of their precinct houses. You know what? I won't put it in just yet, but I will keep a very close eye on that. That could be of interest. And, oh, hello. How long have we known about Forerunners up there? And who are they? Oh, blimey, you've got weird heads. Right. The Xenophile Forerunners are up there, are they? Right. I see. I see. Now, don't want to cause trouble with you guys. You're dressed very fancy and you've got lovely ridged heads and stuff, so let's just leave them alone. So we've got Xenophiles and Materialists spoken for. So this is probably good news, to be honest, because the Fallen Empires in my neck of the woods are the more friendly sort, alright? I wouldn't get on well with the Spiritualists, and the Xenophobes are always trouble. So, hopefully, they're off on the other side of the galaxy, less likely to get me involved in their wars. You see, the problem with actually making subsidiaries in war is, I suspect I've actually destroyed these guys' economy. So right now, their power is pathetic, and how exactly are they planning to recover? I think they're in a bit of a death spiral, or at least their homeworld's in a bit of a death spiral. Nirium's not doing so bad. Nirium has got, no destroyed buildings whatsoever, which is fine. So I think they're making, They're losing energy and they're losing minerals here. But they are at least making, yeah, some food, unity, and consumer goods. Their other world is also losing energy, but gaining a small amount of... Oh, losing food. Okay. So basically, their populations are probably, I'm guessing right now, starving. These guys are emigrating from the planet. These guys are 5% happiness. So, yeah, amenities is low. Faction approval is up a tiny bit. Yeah, it's mainly low amenities. These guys are just annoyed because they don't have the amenities. And they don't have the amenities because... Actually, why don't they have the amenities? I've destroyed the commercial zones, but that just creates a handful of clerks. That's not enough to lead to minus 38. Ah, it's planetary devastation that's just going to wear down over time. It's just generic devastation. Right. I see. So it's going to take them a while to dig themselves out of that hole. It's just going to take a while for the devastation to be repaired. That's just going to slowly happen over time, I'm assuming. So, yeah, that's just wearing off. But until it does, yeah, there's going to be mass declines of population, which I'm really hoping will knock them down to 34 population and lead them to actually close one of these precinct houses. Though maybe they'll shut down the commercial zones first, given it's actually the one at the end there. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. Now, I also need to keep an eye on, yeah, Unity, which right now is going up very slowly. It's been a long time since our last tradition. I might want to actually get down on Cornwall, a corporate culture site, creating 2 managed jobs for consumer goods being converted into Unity, trade value, and society. Interesting. Potentially interesting. And by the way, that is the... the Polismus, so that is the seaweed people, are now actually linked up with the starfish people, which does make sense. They both enjoy hanging out in the sea. Part of the problem of Cornwall, however, is a desperate lack of amenities right now. We really, really need more amenities. So, buildings, pop jobs. I'm assuming that's having a bad effect on, yeah, pop approval rating, which is going to be actually hitting the production of food. Isn't it? Yeah, resources from jobs, minus 2%. Trade value down, emigration push, slowing down everything. That's the problem. Is that a problem anywhere else, by the way? Prosperity's okay for the time being. Foundation's okay for the time being. Yeah, that's probably the biggest problem and why we're having problems with food. We need more amenities, otherwise people just don't feel like working because they can't go out and chill out and like watch a film at the cinema after they're done. Well, we do have a spare slot right now. Okay. Do we have enough housing for the time being? We might be able to do a little bit more on the housing front. Luxury residences would give me amenities plus 5 and housing plus 3. Not bad at all for an upkeep of only 2. Hollow theatres, meanwhile, would give me 2 entertainer jobs. So that would actually give me... Ooh, that's a lot of amenities. Plus like 20. Yeah, plus 5 amenities isn't enough to actually turn the balance. We need those hollow theatres. Right, get a hollow theatre into production. So that's all fine. You guys can just go to the hollow theatre. That does sound fun. Foundation, meanwhile, has unemployment, but we are bringing in more mining jobs because what the hell else would we do here? Asprania, meanwhile, I could send over 1 extra robot to help out with, yeah, with Foundation. Yeah, as soon as their new mines are done, we might want to do that. But then as soon as we do that, that will get them up to, yeah, then they'll be up to population 10. Then we can get them a planetary administration. Then we can begin converting Foundation into a scientific foundation, alright? Because these guys are getting themselves bonus sociology and bonus engineering, and we need that. We desperately need that right now. Also, I think the Zikmoks are actually expanding a bit aggressively down there. Yeah, that's right. Guys, block off the Euthonians. Let's make sure those bastards can't expand any flipping further. So, mining district is done. Unemployment no longer exists. Asprania does actually have 1 person that's actually unemployed right now. Well, that's all absolutely fine. Resettle a robot off to Foundation. There's huge amounts of robots out there. It's fine. So you guys go over there. That should get Foundation up to, yeah, 10 population. Meaning we can actually have, yeah, as soon as we've got the money, we can start converting that. You know what? Hang on. I own the Galactic market. And I am just swimming in energy right now. We should probably be using that to my advantage. If I want to buy minerals, I can buy a mineral for just 2.15 energy. Alright, add a new automatic trade. I would like to buy minerals. Alright, and if I'm willing to actually buy them for... Hang on. Buy price per unit. Buy 10 minerals for... But that's not the price of a mineral. So how do I do that? Max buy price optional. I mean, if you're willing to let me buy, yeah, 10 minerals at 2 per mineral, that would be fine. It's just that's lower than the actual prices, isn't it? So, yeah, go on. Why not? That's all absolutely fine. Just 15 for 30, because I've got plenty of energy for the time being. I'll give it a go. I mean, are people willing to actually do that? So, monthly trade. These resources will be traded on a monthly basis until the trade is cancelled or we lack the means to maintain it. So, I'm not sure. I think that's fine. And, oh, the prices are shuffling around like crazy. The price appears to be going... Price is going up as time goes. You know what? Just for the time being, I'm just going to buy myself a big old block of minerals. Alright? Because I'm floating all this energy. Let's actually spend some... Oh, the price just changed because I'm interfering with the market by buying up a huge amount of minerals. So, that's all fine. That's all absolutely fine. And, wait, what? We can't afford the monthly trades. We cannot afford at least one of our monthly market trades and risk being cancelled. Buy 15 minerals at a cost of 2. But I've got... Wait, what? You know what? That's confusing. We'll look at that later. Okay, foundation. You get yourself upgrades immediately with all of that lovely money that we just actually traded for. Great. Let's check what else we've got going on here. These guys are going to be needing... Yeah, these guys need more actual things to work very, very soon indeed. So, let's get you guys another generator district immediately as well. Spot on. Cornwall has already got its Hollow Theatre going on, and actually we could afford to upgrade, and I think we need it to be honest. Yep, screw it. Get that upgraded as flipping well, and Asprania is... Actually, Asprania's civilian fabricators are almost done. But screw it, let's just make sure we've got a good surplus there. It would not hurt to have a surplus of consumer goods, as they've been going down so far, and we don't have a huge stockpile, and... Hang on, what? What alien machine? Sorry, I'm a bit behind the times here. What alien machine have we just located? Ah, this was like a level 3 anomaly I finally got down in Hokrai, literally right next to Ospra. So further scans suggest a machine is still operational, though its purpose remains entirely unclear. Feathers of Black has never seen anything like it, and some of its materials look familiar. Most are strange and utterly alien as the design of the components themselves. The machine has what appears to be a console, with one item in particular standing out. A large, crooked lever of unknown material. Pull the lever. Take it apart. Pull the lever! What did it do? It's unclear what happened when the machine's lever was pulled. Its console flickered, powerful vibrations could be felt, and then a wave of energy surged from the machine, expanding outwards into deep space. The scientists close by felt this wave push past them, but experienced no other sensory evidence of its passing. Science Officer Feathers of Black is unsure what to make of it. The machine itself returned to its inactive state immediately thereafter, and it no longer returns any energy readings. Right. I'm going to say... Yeah, we could take it apart. And... You know what? No. Let's actually take ourselves plus 7 physics. That's actually not even that bad. Good. Get on with whatever this is over here as well. Maybe there's another lever that needs to be pulled. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have pulled the lever. An enormous spike in energy readings from a nearby solar system has been observed. Our scientists are worried about what could have caused such... Oh, no. What have I done? Science Officer Feathers of Black has pointed out this happened straight after he pulled the lever. Oh, no. Oh... Where's OREB exactly? We should make haste to explore nearby systems. Right, which system did this occur in? Oh. Right. OREB. Yes, so... Okay. This is the system that these guys never settled, but... I don't know why they didn't settle it, because there's nothing here that's scary. So, fine, I'm literally sending a science vessel over to OREB right now. In fact, I'm sending a science vessel that was spat out by a poetic black hole to go and investigate a system that's just been probably negatively impacted by me pulling a random lever. There's no way this is all going to go wrong. Ooh, this is fun. Cyto-revitalization centers. So the upgrade for the gene clinics. So basically just meaning we can have 5 instead of 2 medical workers. So, yeah. Again, cost some gas to actually set up. But I can just trade for gas in the market. So, yeah, potentially of interest. Jobs-based production. Oh, yeah. Plus 25% growth if I were to choose to have that set up. And that's worth amenities as well. Yeah, go on then. I'd say that's worth it just for the fact that that's actually generating amenities as well as growth. Arguably, it's a lot better to have healthcare than holo theatres in that regard. Yeah, here we go. So, 2 medical workers can produce 10 amenities. So that's 5 amenities apiece. Ah, but an entertainer produces 10 amenities apiece, together with 2.5 unity. But arguably, yeah, I would say the medical clinic is probably just better than the holo theatre in that regard. I'd rather take slightly less on the amenities in order to actually gain the massive boost to growth rate. Though, oh. Asprania. There is currently no species growing on the planet. Right. Why is there literally no species growing on Asprania right now? What is going on? And oh, hello, the Europe system. Oh, that'd be why you guys didn't actually come in then. We've actually got ourselves, yeah, what's it called? The engine. No, back out, back. Well, the foundling's been destroyed. Oh well, never mind. So, the enigmatic fortress is here. Gotcha. Ah, there we go, good. A new pop is growing. It must have just been the exact moment a new pop just actually came into existence. I was worried there for a minute. Marvellous. So yes, new pops are growing on Asprania. Ooh, here's fun though. The slave market has very much opened up here. So. A bunch of people are willing to sell slaves and robots. Now, am I allowed to sell? Ah, I'm allowed to try and sell robots. Okay. This is interesting. So I could sell my robots for 500 apiece, or someone else is expecting like 1,000 apiece. So, if I need pops in a hurry, I could actually just buy them, and then free them, and fully integrate them. And that could be of interest. Okay. Let's have a little look-see at you guys. Are any of you actually any good for anything? So, I tell you what, we've got some natural intellectuals for sale right here. Though, natural intellectuals that are happier on, yeah, arid planets. Now, I do have prosperity, but I wasn't really thinking prosperity was going to be a science hub. To be honest, it doesn't get any bonuses to science. Whereas, Foundation actually does. Oh, here's fun. So, the Euthonians. The lovely, lovely Euthonians and the Rontor are themselves actually selling in the galactic market right now. Now, Euthonians are not even that bad. They like being on desert worlds. They've got an arid preference. They are, yeah, society researchers. They are good at producing unity. They are very good at producing energy credits. Now, call me crazy, but that actually makes them very, very well suited for prosperity. So, how about we bring aboard one of you lads, actually. Marvellous. And then the market sort of freaks out. It's the market's okay. The market just freaks out when you buy something. Right. Over on prosperity, we've actually got ourselves, yep, straight away. No. You're actually good at your job. You should most definitely have a job immediately. Oh yeah, the generator districts are coming in momentarily. So, we've got one of you, and I'm guessing you might be the next pop to grow, because logically, you would be, because there's very few of you, but you're very well suited to this environment. And if you're also good at society research, then, well, logically, you kind of ought to be one of the medical workers. Really, it would not hurt at all for you to be a medical worker, but yeah, sadly there needs to be a space for you to move up to for that to actually become the case. So, yeah, actually Euthonians would make excellent medical workers. They produce bonus... Hang on, is it medical workers that produce... No, that's pop growth speed. Hang on, which is the one that produces what I think is producing? Ah, yes, corporate culture sites. Now, if we were to make one of these nice and cheap, yeah, managers, consumer goods, convert into unity, and society research. Now that's not bad at all. That suits an Euthonian. Guys, you are going to love being in my empire. 1, you're not a slave. 2, you actually get, like, better than decent living conditions. And 3, you are 100% management material. You guys are going to get promoted fast. You're going to love it here. Oh, this is good news, though. So the Quiramulan, who I'd been worrying were getting a bit too close to the xenophobic dicks up north, they've just gone xenophile. Good. Good. That's marvellously good news. Oh, and there's the Starhold. Beautiful. We've got ourselves a Starhold now. And, oh, alloy mega forgers. Now that's tempting. Because, of course, if we just convert, 2 alloy forgers into mega forgers, that's going to have way more jobs than, like, 3 or even 4 normal alloy foundries. Very, very nice indeed. But robo-modding. Yeah, let's mob my robots. I want to get on with some robo-modding. I've never really done that before, but it sounds hilarious, as I do have a fair few robots in my empire, and I am kind of relying on them for mining and farming. The thing is, I could probably patch things up with the Quiramulan pretty easily. All I would need to do would be... I'm actually going to get rid of the... No! Apparently I cannot actually get rid of the rivalry. Not just yet, or at least not for a couple of months anyway. I declared it too recently. But I'll still have a defensive pact with the tiles, which apparently will still cause, some trouble. And also, the tiles are... They're starting to fall behind, which worries me, because I'm guessing the Rontas are starting to get... the Rontas are definitely stronger than the tiles right now. The technology of the Euthonians is falling behind, though. Good. We are at least keeping ahead of the game there. Yeah, I thought as much. Prosperity's picked up its managed jobs, and the Euthonians are straight in there. They are very, very good at precisely that, and we need more of them. These Euthonians are flipping great. We need them to actually be working in all our generators as well, because they're good at that business. And, we've actually just cleared a whole bunch of people out of the generator jobs. Just because a whole bunch of middle-class jobs opened up, and people were very keen on that business. And more importantly, Foundation has picked up its planetary administration, meaning, yes, we can actually get ourselves, right now, research labs. Now, okay, before we do that, the state of amenities. We probably want to have ourselves, just to keep ourselves going for the time being, 1 gene clinic. Alright, after we've got the gene clinic, then set up the research lab. Spot on. Yeah, the food situation is getting out of control, and I'm struggling to actually keep up with everything right now. Okay, new plan, change of policy. Alright, we can keep the welfare state, but we're going to cut down the amount of food just for the time being. Alright, for just 10% and 5% happiness and growth speed, we need to go over to good dietary balance, alright? There is no rationing, it's just you don't get to eat literally everything anymore. Now that should have a pretty damn major impact on, the actual food. Hang on, what have we got going on here? That is... Really? That hasn't changed? Maybe that'll change soon. Well, we do actually have, I assume, that's the new fabricators over here. Yeah, bunch of new artisans coming in. So now we've got ourselves the consumer goods we need, thanks to the fact I've upgraded, my civilian industries to civilian fabricators. Marvellous. Good. So that's all absolutely fine right there. The situation is under control. Okay, why are you guys not eating less? We did specifically say you had to eat less. Like, we just changed the dietary policy. So, I feel like there should be more food than there is right now. Now, as for Foundation, those guys have just picked up their gene clinic. So, we've got a couple of people working as medical workers right now. The amount of amenities has jumped up like crazy. So, you guys should be pretty happy, all things considered. Why are you only 56%? Part of the problem is... good, it's jumping. Overall happiness is just updated to 71%. Prosperity, meanwhile, is still not desperately happy. There's still not enough amenities on prosperity, which is a shame, but maybe we could do with more medical workers. And yes, as I was suspecting, the Euthonians, who are very well suited to this planet and we need more of, they are growing now. Good. What on earth happened to the food? Why did the food... Oh, wait, hang on. Did the reduced happiness as a result of the food rationing go down lead to falling productivity that cancelled out the gains? It's possible, or actually, there were a couple of buildings finishing at the same time. Yeah, there's just a bunch of actual free farm jobs on Cornwall right now. So I think by an odd coincidence, at the exact same moment as the policy updated, a bunch of people stopped being farmers in order to become artisans instead, because that's more fun than farming apparently. So it's fine, more people will be showing up on Cornwall, and as more people show up on Cornwall, there will now be enough food to go around, alright? As soon as we just get people back on the farms, the food situation should have stabilised. And we're actually making a profit of consumer goods by a surprisingly small amount. Yeah, at some point we might need to look into this. Maybe just slightly consider changing our society around a little bit. I mean, either we have to cut down the welfare state a little bit, or we need to change the trade policy to favour the production of consumer goods. Because, yeah, population is not going up as fast as it was, because we've just changed the actual growth policy in terms of food there. So, everything's under control. Oh, and bloody finally a new tradition shows up. Right, so, building upkeep and district upkeep down. That'd be nice. Or, buildings and districts have cost down by 10% and build speed increased by 25%. No. Let's actually take admin operations for the time being. That should hopefully be a significant little boost. And Unity should be coming in a fair bit fast now, because we've got 2 more manager jobs, including, yes, someone who's very appropriate to that manager job, who's just kicked off over on Prosperity. Because, yeah, the manager over there is the Euthonian, who is, yeah, a natural flipping born manager, as it turns out. There we go, up to plus 52. So the consumption has just gone down significantly. Minerals are worrying me, to be honest. That is, yeah, surprisingly flipping low. Is that because... that'll be because a whole bunch of people... Actually, one person isn't a miner anymore. Oh, that is a concern, actually. I was hoping we'd have, you know, more miners by now. Okay, more mining jobs. We just need more flipping mining jobs. The Kingdom of the Yonderim have also gone in contact from all the way over there. Hello, lads. Honestly, I feel like we're not going to have too much to do with each other, but you're doing alright for yourselves, actually. Possibly you just got lucky and spawned in. Wow, technically their fleet power is inferior to us. Okay, they must have just got lucky and ended up in a small bit of the galaxy. And yeah, there's yet another flipping trade union down here. There's no bloody end to it. Okay, possibly slightly too many megacorporations have spawned in this galaxy. Now, for just 40 minerals, the Infinite Pond decided to actually, yeah, trade communication with us, which should let us figure out what the hell else is going on around... Oh, blimey. Hang on, were the dwarves always that big? I don't know. Right, let's just figure out what's going on here. Some pacifist, authoritarian, Hydra-terrifying snake people. Not exactly friendly with me. Yes, we've already chatted to you, actually. Some weird, terrifying, malfungoid people. Xenophobe. There's a lot of xenophobes in the galaxy. It's a little bit on the concerning side. And yet a bloody another megacorporation. Materialist, though, so we can get on with them a bit. And one authoritarian set of xenophiles with our hearts. I mean, they're kind of cute, but kind of horrifying. It's a little bit of both. Ooh, and the Tenants of Tabby! We found the Tenants of Tabby! They're up there somewhere! So, yep, you guys are indeed xenophile. We love you guys. So right now, the current Cat Pope is Agrippa Atrius. Marvellous. We wish to be friends, Tabby. Oh my, the Tenants of Tabby are in fact literally next door to the Infinite Ponds. Okay, didn't realise they were literally right there. Fine, you could have mentioned that, the Infinite Pond. And they are, yeah, they're not desperately keen on us because we're materialist fools. And also we're a criminal syndicate. So, dear oh flippin' dear. These guys are... Who do you not like? Well, actually, you've closed the board to just about everyone. You seem to have done... Yeah, you've done some commercial pacts with the geckos next door. So, you get on alright with them. But honestly... You're not doing spectacularly. They're kind of boxed in, to be honest. Also, it's probably time we actually spent some of this here money on reinforcing the fleet. Yep, there we go. There's a nice big old chunk of money just spent on fleet reinforcements. Marvellous. And we could just clear out the alloys. No, don't clear out the alloys, but that's probably... Ooh, hello. Who are you exactly? Ooh. Right, there's a small pirate fleet that's just popped up here. Dear flippin' dear, so my subsidiaries are just taking care of that. No problem at all. I thought that might be the actual space age people that just actually managed to, yeah, spawn as a real galaxy. But, oh, blimey, stop firing. Stop firing over here. There's primitives in this direction. Be bloody careful where you're firing. Bloody hell, these guys have never played Mass Effect 2. Oh, and Hyperdrive 2 has been unlocked. Oh, that's marvellous. That's just flipping marvellous. And plasma accelerators. Oh, yes. Yes. That's good. Though that also unlocks a... Is that supposed to be there? This might be a bug. A small caravan cannon that actually requires gas to continue... Oh. Right. Advanced weapons actually require strategic resources to use. Oh. Okay, it's only an upfront thing, though. Yeah, it's an upfront thing. Well, you know what? We can buy those. It's fine, though, actually. Improved deflectors would not be... Yeah, let's just go for improved deflectors for a year and a half first, okay? And we're already losing consumer goods again. Oh, this is not good. The economy's not in great shape here. Though, more trade is starting to get through, which is welcome. In fact, I've decided, hang on, cancel all of those ships I'm just building right now. Cancel all of them, because we can now upgrade them. Or rather, don't upgrade the ships we've already got, because upgrading ships you've already got is ludicrously expensive. Just leave the ones we've already got, but before we build new ones, we do now have new technology available to us. Including, yeah, Hyperdrive 2, spot on. Wait, why is that updated automatically? Should that update automatically? Because you're not supposed to be auto-updating, but apparently that thing does. Fine, whatever. You see, I think it's time for us to potentially consider teaching the Euthonians a bit of a lesson right here. So if I wanted to take, say, all of these systems and claim all of those for me, there we flipping go. And I tell you what, I may as well have this one at the same time, quite frankly. There you go, spot on. Making Wraxham my new frontier outpost to stand against the Euthonians, that works for me. That works for me. But for that to work, the Rontus outpost is going to have to be massively upgraded. So upgrade that to a Starhold. This thing needs to be able to stand against anything, quite frankly, and... do I actually want to bother with a defense platform? Go on, why not? They're expensive, but they're fun. So we may as well have a defense platform right there. Because if I just basically completely block up this entrance, they can't counterattack. Yeah, I actually might be able to make some progress against the Euthonians. The thing is, they don't actually have that many planets. They've got Uthon itself over there, then they've got two small worlds over in this direction. But their capital is relatively quite exposed. They've got themselves, yeah, this is only 1,000. We can blow our way through that. No problem at all. It's very heavily dependent on lasers. Our shields can actually deflect a fair bit of that. We can take that thing down before it's a major problem. We can just occupy all of these here systems and then slowly wait them out. While simultaneously saying, okay, the Rontus do not stand a flipping chance of getting through a proper Starhold. And, okay, the Quirumulan have also just attacked the... Ooh, the Quirumulan have just decided to attack the seaweed people. Okay, what's actually the grounds for that war, if anything? Is it just an expansion war? It's probably just an expansion war. And, okay, it is a war of... Ah, it's an ideological war, I'm guessing. Gotcha. And, of course, that has triggered the defensive pact with the starfish people. So, you are not just attacking the seaweed. You hit the seaweed, you get the starfish. Though, I'm not sure if the starfish will be actually allowed to take part, because they might be boxed in by... Bloody hell, they've got mega corporations on every side. That's a megacorp, that's criminal heritage, that's a mega church. You poor people, you are probably very, very well occupied by branch offices. Though actually, you're only allowed one branch office per planet, so if someone else gets to it first, you can't have it as a megacorp, which is a bit of a shame. Prosperity needs some housing, by the way, and Cornwall, they could do with some amenities and some housing. So, possibly, actually, you know what? Luxury residences would not be the worst thing in the world. For once, getting some luxury residences down, tiny bit of extra housing, which would be lovely, though you could probably do with a city, to be honest. There's not many cities here, though there's more jobs than there are people, we need more actual people on this world to work our farms. So we need to actually boost the population. But I can't boost the population effectively right now because I don't actually have the food to boost the population. But without the population to grow the food... Oh, bloody hell, I've gone cross-eyed. Right, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? That's enough for now. We've managed to actually, yes, obtain a subsidiary, which is very, very fun indeed. And we've discovered the enigmatic fortress. And we still haven't bloody done anything about the void spawn. But that could be a fun test for my new fleet. We are constructing a much bigger, better Grand Fleet right now. And I think it's time. It's time for us to test our strength against the Rontor. Alright, those guys have got themselves about what looks like 3,000 strength in their fleet. I think we can hold that back. We can deal with that. I can block them up on my northern frontier while my fleets actually do the business against the Euthonians. The Euthonians, I think, are weak. Technologically, I suspect they are behind us. We can deal with this, alright? We can handle it. I've just got to figure out the right way to do it. And I've probably got to make some better friends. Like, the tiles are doing okay, but let's be honest, the tiles could be doing, yeah, a lot better than they are. They're kind of boxed in. Honestly, I would love to become better friends with the Zikmot. We'll have to see what we can potentially do about that, because me and the Zikmot, we can actually form, yeah, a more useful little alliance. Unless, of course, yeah, the alternative is we might have to force them to work for us as well, because they've actually got the ability to expand. So maybe before the Euthonian War, we need ourselves, yeah, a brand new friend over in the Zikmot world. Oh, also, what happened to Ganvia? Sorry, I swear I'm going to sign off in a second, actually, for reals this time. Also, why is my fleet still here? Guys, go home. Oh, yeah, Ganvius is actually in a spot of bother. They are finally growing new populations, but one of their precinct houses has been destroyed. And crime is... Ooh. You know what? Let's give it another go. I'm going to actually set up a brand new branch office right here. Yay, branch office. Good, good, good. So, that is already starting to be very, very good indeed. And need to save up some money. Need to save up some money. But we can actually boost crime on Ganvius Prime. It's going to be fine. They may work for us. That doesn't mean we don't occasionally set up a massive criminal black market on their worlds. Alright, no one said we couldn't do that. So, I think we've got some big wars coming up very, very soon indeed, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. And this has been Stellaris MegaCorp. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've created a small problem in my road system, which is, it's literally impossible for anyone to ever go back into town. And this building shall be where we produce our zebras. And this much taller building next door is naturally where we produce the giraffes. Does anyone remember how the road system went? I think it was something like this.